Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakar Kodash, and all double honors to the apostles that holds a great millstone that I continually rule very well. They're still doing this work headstrong for years and years on end. And shalom to the hopefully elect that's continually laboring in this truth, that's continually plowing, that's giving all diligence to make your calling election sure in all faith, true sincerity. Shalom. Now the topic of this video is going to be entitled our Light Affliction. Alright, because the Spirit jumped on me to do this topic because just meditating about the things that we go through, which is deemed as light afflictions, because Yahushai, who the word in it called Jesus, the things that he went through is much worse than what we're going through right now. All right, this is why Paul Paul made that statement about light afflictions. All right, in the letters that he wrote to the Israelite foreigners that were in Corinth, Greece, he said that this is known as our light affliction, man. All right, and the reason why he called it light because Yahushua went through the most suffering out of all of us. Okay, so that's why us here, especially us here at Great Millstone, we understand that the sufferings that we go through is nothing compared to what Yahushua went through. Actually, I'm gonna go ahead and go into it because the precept is gonna go right into it, man. All right. Now, this is a book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 4, verse 15. All right. That says, "For all things are for your sakes, that the abundant grace might, through the thanksgiving of many, redound to the glory of the Most High." All right. Cause see, coming into this thing, man, guys fall right out because they don't count the costs, like it says in the book of Luke. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's chapter 14. I may be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. But it speaks about counting the costs, right? Or whether you have enough to finish the building, right? In which we are building a building. All right, this is the house of David. Right, this is the house of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. This is where he resides in. All right. But the scriptures speak about if that man have enough to finish the work. Okay. So if he doesn't have enough to finish the work. In other words, which really falls back to faith. All right. If he just falls right out, then it speaks about the people mocked him, man, and that's a form of shame. Okay. So when guys come into this thing, they don't understand the gravity of what we're involved in. All right. It's more than just going out and cursing out, Esau and, this and that and the third. We're supposed to endure afflictions, man. That comes under the job description. Okay, so reading on, verse 16 says, "For which cause we faint not, but though our outward man perish, yet the inward man is renewed day by day." All right, so this flesh that we're in, all right, this outward man, it perishes, man. His body breaks down. All right, it goes through sicknesses, diseases. These bodies are diseased, corrupted. All right, it says, "But though our outward man, our outward man perish, all right, yet the inward man is renewed day by day." So spiritually, we're being renewed. All right, that's what it's all about, man. The inward man. Okay, the spirit. That's what the inward man is talking about. Okay, he's talking about your spirit. The outward man's gonna perish, man. All right, no matter what you do, no matter the low carb diets that you do, You know, if you're on a low carb diet, you know, you eat your fruits, you eat nothing but fruits and vegetables. You know, nothing you can do, man. The body's, regardless, the body's gonna break down no matter what. All right. Now, verse 17 says, "For our light affliction," all right, once again, is our light affliction, man, because once again, the afflictions that Yahushua went through is way worse than what we're going through, man. All right, so we really have no room to complain, man. All right, just gotta bite down and bite down and take it, man. Okay, like I said before, man, it comes with the job description. This is what we got to go through. Okay, for our light affliction, which is but for a moment. All right, and it's only for a moment, man. It's not gonna be too long until America is down the shithole. Okay, so it's only for a moment, man. We only gotta endure this for a moment, and then when that time comes, all right, we're gonna be renewed fully. All right, that's when Yahushua returns, man. Okay, so it says, which is but for a moment, right? Worketh for us a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory. All right, so these are light afflictions, man. So the afflictions that we're going through, right? You know, after you go through it, which is for a moment, guess what? It's working for us a more exceeding and eternal weight of glory, man. Which, so the weight of the glory that we're going to receive is going to outweigh the afflictions that we go through. Okay. Verse 18 says, "While we look not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen." What's that? Oh, that goes right into Hebrews chapter 11, man, about faith, man. It says, "For faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen," man. Okay. I'm gonna read it again. It says, "While we look not at the things which are seen, right, but at the things which are not seen," which is faith. "For the things which are seen are temporal." All right, this world that we live in, man, is temporal, man. These bodies that we have is temporal. The things that we have is temporal. Okay? You know, we might have, a certain amount of possessions or whatever. That's temporal, man. All right? And it says, "But the things which are not seen are eternal." Okay? So since I read that, I want to get the book of Romans chapter 9. Let's see, Slacky. Romans chapter 9, verse 18. See, it says, "Therefore hath he mercy on whom he will have mercy, and whom he will he hardeneth." All right. Slacky, that's not the right one. That's not the right one. Let's see. It's Romans 8 and 18. Slakia. That's what I'm looking for. It says, Romans chapter 8, verse 18 says, "For I reckon that the sufferings of this present time," and this is what we're living in now, the present time, okay? It says, "are not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us." All right? So the sufferings that we go through right now in this present time, right, is not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed in us. So once again, that glory, that eternal glory that we're going to receive is going to outweigh the sufferings that we go through today, man. Okay? Verse 19 says, "For the earnest expectation of the creature waiteth for the manifestation of the sons of the Most High," right? And once again, man, this is a waiting game, man. This is the ultimate test of patience. Okay. Now I did a video before this one concerning I went a little bit about patience. All right. I believe I went to Lamentations, the 3rd chapter, verse 5. If I'm not mistaken, either verse 5 or verse 25. We spoke about them that wait on the Lord. All right. Oh, even Isaiah chapter 40. The very last verse said, "Them that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength." All right, so I'm going to read this verse again. It says, "For the earnest expectation of the creature waiteth for the manifestation of the sons of the Most High." All right. So with saying that, I want to get the book of Hebrews chapter 12. and I'm starting verse 5. It says, and ye have forgotten exhortation which speaketh unto you as unto children. My son, despise not thou the chastening of the Lord, nor faint when thou art rebuked of him. All right, and yeah, we are being chastened of the Lord, man. All right, why is that? Because that's why it says, my son. All right, and it's gonna go into it, man. It says, my son, despise not thou the chastening of the Lord, nor faint when thou art rebuked of him. All right. So verse 6 says, for whom the Lord loveth, he chasteneth, and scourgeth every son whom he receiveth. All right. If ye endure chastening, the Most High dealeth with you as with sons. For what son is he whom the Father chasteneth not? So we are the sons of the Heavenly Father. So therefore, we got to go through it, man. We got to be chastened of Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. All right. We went off, we disobeyed, and guess what? We're getting the belt. All right. You know how it is in the South. So you brothers in the South, you know how it is. When you do wrong, you do the wrong thing. Your father or either your father, or your mother, take out their belt, start beating you with it. That's how the Lord is doing us right now, man. All right, he took off his belt and he's beating us, man. All right, he's beating us with the rod of correction. Okay. So we're being chastened right now. He said, don't despise that. Why? And the reason why he said not to despise it is because he's chastening us as sons of the Most High. All right, so take it cheerfully, man. Okay, verse 8 says, but if ye be without chastisement, so if you're living it up, you're comfortable here, you're not being chastened, you're not suffering. All right. It says, but if you be without chastisement, whereof all are partakers, and who are the all that's talking about? It's talking about us that's in this circle, all right, which particularly is here in Great Millstone, because these other guys that call themselves Hebrew Israelites are living it up, man. All right, and it says, then are ye bastards and not sons? So the Lord is not receiving you. Okay, for those of you that are not enduring chastisement, all right, ones of you that are not suffering. Okay. Verse 9 says, furthermore, we have had fathers of our flesh which corrected us, and we gave them reverence. Shall we not much rather be in subjection unto the Father of spirits and live? All right, so we have fathers, like I was mentioning before, we have fathers, our parents that, earthly parents, should I say, that corrected us, and so-called corrected us, pretty much put the belt to us, the switch, we call it switch in the South. Put the switch to us, beat us. But it said, when we much rather be in subjection to the Father of spirits and live. All right. So the Father of spirits is correcting us right now. Okay. And once again, Akim Salakia, I got to take care of this. I'm at my job right now, so bear with me for 1 minute. Shit, man, Jake, man, I'm telling you, it's like Yakim. Verse 8 said, but if ye be without chastisement, whereof all are partakers, then are ye bastards and not sons. Furthermore, we have had fathers of our flesh which corrected us, and we gave them reverence. Shall we not much rather be in subjection unto the Father of spirits and live? All right. So there it is right there, man. Actually, it's some more on this. All right. It says, for they verily for a few days chasten us after their own pleasure, but he for our profit, that we might be partakers of his holiness. So it's it's profiting Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. He's chastening us right now. Why is that? Because we're going to be partakers of his holiness. Why is that? Because Yahushua went through those sufferings, right? He went on the cross and he bare our iniquities, right? And now he received his throne. He received his glory. And now that we're going through it, right, which is light afflictions compared to what Yahushua went through, we're gonna receive the same thing, man. All right. That's why we give reverence unto Yahushua, man. Okay. Now it says, verse 11, I'm going to keep reading. It says, now no chastening for the present seemeth to be joyous. And that's right, man. This thing ain't nothing, you know, we, man, when we go through it, man, we go through it, man. I'm telling you, the Akim, I know each and every single one of them got a story to tell, man. Even me, myself, man, I got a story to tell. You know, as far as the chastisement we go through. All right. But once again, man, like I said before, it's not compared to what Yahushua went through, man. All right. So it says, now no chastening for the present seem to be joyous, all right, but grievous. Nevertheless, afterward it yielded the peaceable fruit of righteousness unto them which are exercised thereby. All right. We're being exercised by being chastened, man. Okay. So, I'm going to go on from there. I'm going to get the book of Proverbs chapter 3. Proverbs 3 and 11. It says, my son, oh, there's again. My son, despise not the chastening of the Lord. And that's what actually, that what Paul was quoting out of, man. That's more evidence that the apostles, especially the Lord, Yahushua, who the people in the call Jesus, quoted from the Old Testament, man, because Proverbs is in the Old Testament. And look at what it's saying. It's saying, my son, despise not the chastening of the Lord, neither be weary of his correction. For whom the Lord loveth, he correcteth, even as a father the son in whom he delighteth. All right. So a father delighting the son, you know, if he goes off and does wrong, then he's going to chasten him, man. All right. So now that I read that, I want to get the book of Job, chapter 5. Chapter 5, verse, let's see. I think if I keep going down. Yep. This book of Job, chapter 5, this is verse 17. So it says, behold, happy is the man whom the Most High correcteth. Therefore, despise not thou the chastening of the Almighty. So there it is, man. It says, happy is the man whom the Most High correcteth, man. Okay? Therefore, despise not thou the chastening of the Almighty. So don't despise the chastening, man. Take it cheerfully. Like it says right here, man. Happy is the man whom the Most High corrected, man. Why is that, man? Because, you know, like we just read earlier, it says that the Most High receive you as a son when he chastened you. Okay? Now I'm going to read this last precept and then I'm going to close it on out. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 10. And it's at verse 24. It says, verse 24, it says, the disciple is not above his master, nor the servant above his Lord. All right, so the things that Yahushua went through, we got to go through those same sufferings, man. All right. Verse 25 says, it is enough for the disciple that he be as his master. All right, so the Lord suffered, we got to suffer too. All right. And that's really, man, when you think about it, you know, that's really what a brotherhood is like, man. You know, if a brother suffers, then, you know, we all suffer, man. If Yahushua suffered, then guess what? We all got to suffer. All right? That's our big brother, man. So we got to go through the same thing. Okay? The disciple is not above his master, nor the servant above his Lord. Verse 25, it is enough for the disciple that he be as his master, and the servant as his Lord. If they have called the master of the house Beelzebub, how much more shall they call them of his household? So they call him Beelzebub, they call him devil. All right, they probably call him all other names under the sun, man. It's not written in the scriptures, but you know, it's not far fetched that they call them other names, man. All right. So it says, how much more shall they call them of his household? So they call us bums, you know, they call us rapists, everything else, all of the names they can think of, man. They call us those names. All right. So that's that scripture coming to life, man. Okay. So with that, it pretty much ends off the lesson. Lord willing, you rocking was edified with this video. And until next time, once again, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakar Kodash.